Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Doyes, and welcome back to Age of Engineering. In the last episode, we had a little bit of a weird episode as we were trying to get into the Powercell from RF Tools, and it required Klein Flask as well as really nasty crafts. But the Klein Flask was the hardest part because we needed Enderman heads. We didn't have many. In fact, we didn't have any. And so that took a while. We had to do a lot of other things and whatnot. So I have been super busy. Between episodes, what was I going to grab in here? We need 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. Plus 1, 2, 3. I'm going to need some glowstone. We need to go get some more glowstone. 1, 2, 3. So that is just a matter of grabbing this. So I have been super busy between episodes. The other thing we were working on, and my pick is too good, was trying to get more EU power generation. And that is going to be mostly what we continue doing today. There's a couple other things that are going to be important that we'll get to as well. But we'll see what all we can get done. So between episodes, I finished making the diamantine crystal. That was a pain. We're going to make some more stuff. We need ender pearls. I can put this glowstone away. We're going to need silicon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think 3 more redstone to make all the Klein flasks, all the ender resonators that we're going to need. A lot of things to do. I also have a ton of coal stuff to kind of take care of. Been making more and more of the one stuff, the syngas. That kind of helps with production of everything, but not terribly well. So I just processed a stack of coal ore, easy enough to get, and come down here. Just put all that stuff in there, and it will make more power for us. So there's a little bit of power currently. Just need to refill stuff so that we can start getting into more and more. Well, we mostly need more UU matter. UU matter is like the best way to get a lot of different things, and that's kind of where we're at. We need a lot of different things such as capacitors, machine blocks, casings, all that kind of stuff. All the different ones that we need a lot of. It's the easiest way to get them is through the UU matter, and in order to do that we need more power. So we're going to start producing ethanol again, and I have a ton of fruit juice. In fact, way too much. And see, there's the vibrant alloys. Let's go ahead and get the soul sand. Oh, I guess it doesn't require redstone. I should have figured that. Alright, so we're going to get ethanol. In order to do that, we're going to need 2 more machines. We're going to need the fermenter and the still. And that will turn. So we'll get, let's see, fruit juice with some sort of sapling or something. Some fertilizer would also be awesome, or mulch. We'll turn that into biomass, which we can then use in the still to get ethanol, and ethanol will be able to produce the EU power with the semi-fluid generators. So long process, yes, but it'll be worth it in the end. Now, one other thing that I want to work on today is I want to try to get, well, a better source of Enderman. So let's go through the things I did. So I did a little bit of building, made the forestry floor, as well as finished up the rest of the immersive engineering floor. Went ahead and made a stack of steel. We might get to that today. I don't know. Like I said, this is going to be a weird episode until we can kind of get. We're bouncing around to a lot of different things until we can kind of get more stuff kind of processing and whatnot. Are you out of axes? Output full. Indeed it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just do that. I can fix the output thing. I actually made a bunch of the drawer upgrades because this guy filled up, and so our extraction chamber was no longer working. So I just made a void upgrade. I think let's go ahead and make one of those for the tree farm as well. It's just 2 obsidian. I feel like we've made these before. Yes, we have. 2 obsidian, that, and some sticks. It's only 6 sticks. 6 sticks is a hard thing to say. And we'll get this taken care of. So the tree farm is happy. We can get our ender resonators. So we have all 3 of those. And yeah, we'll get some more syngas produced and whatnot. So the plan for today, first things first, we need to get the ethanol produced and producing rather, and we're going to do that at the forestry area. So let's get this guy, and I guess that's good enough. So that'll produce plenty of stuff. Let's just go ahead and turn that guy on. We'll come back over later. We're going to need a machine frame, which is 12 millibuckets, 12.5 millibuckets, so that's how much we need. And so that's kind of what we gotta wait for. So we're gonna need 3 more client flasks, which are not too bad. It's a bottle and 2 ender pearls, isn't it? I do believe it is. The question is, do we have any bottles lying around? We could take some instant health potions. That seems wasteful. More wasteful than I'm normally going to do. I have a villager. Okay. And let's see. Bottles. I guess we're going to have to get some glass and make some more bottles because I didn't realize we don't have any. So let's turn this to furnace mode. That'll cook up pretty quickly. And yes, so we also have to upgrade this guy. For the Powercell cards, we need these extreme energy lasers. And well, I made 2 diamantine crystals. I know I only was going to make 1. I decided to make 2 because there's another thing I want. So let's get this taken care of. So with that done, we can go ahead and make the glass bottles. We can put the rest of the diamantine crystals away. Don't know when we'll need them, but I'm sure we will. And we need ender pearls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this should be everything for the client flasks. There we go. And I guess, let's see, we need paper for the power cells and redstone. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Let's get a block of redstone, and paper should not be an issue. So 1, 2, and we need just 2 of these cards. So 1, 2, perfect. So there is the cards we need. At least I think we need 2 of them. I don't actually know. I've never really worked with this stuff before. I've seen it in action, but it's been a while. So with that taken care of, the power cell is the last thing. We're going to need 2 machine frames. So we're going to need 25 millibuckets of UU matter. So that's going to take a little bit of time. In the meantime, let's start getting more stuff. So dimensional transceiver is something else we could have used. I don't want to use it. Let's see, fermenter, we're going to need some bronze gears, which metal press is probably the best way to do that. So we need 16 bronze. Let's get 2 blocks. Let's get 3 blocks and 1 block. That'll give us a lot of bronze. And we'll get this cooking up. And then we need to start turning this stuff into the still, so we need more glass. We're going to need 4 8 glass? 8 glass. And then some redstone. Let's just grab like that. That should be fine. And we're gonna need the sand into glass. Let's see, if we need 4 gears, that's 16. 16 bronze, which is easy enough. We are going to take this to our press over here, and eventually we'll make the other 4 that I want. But for now, are you gears? You are. Just do that. I stored some grass blocks in there. I was running out of areas to place them, so a little bit of just kind of whatever. But yeah, so we'll make all this stuff. We'll get the fermenter going as well as the still, and we'll just need to kind of process all of our fruit juice into ethanol. Now, this is going to be a fairly slow procedure. Eventually, we will want to upgrade things. We'll get to that point later. It's not too much of a concern right now. So let's get the fermenter. We're missing the glass. Right. Alright, so fermenter and a still. Now, we're also going to need some other things for the fermenter, but let's go ahead and bring this stuff over here. I really should have ran power lines, shouldn't I? So I guess let's just do it right here. So we'll have the fermenter and the still, and then this will be the squeezer. We'll have liquids and all that kind of stuff going everywhere. Actually, we're going to be using Ender IO, so it doesn't really matter. Now this guy also requires 2 more things. So we're going to want... Actually, we are going to need to break some blocks back here because of this. We're going to want to be extract, always active, insert, and then we're going to want to have something like this. Insert, that'll be an always extract. Actually, we can probably do, let's see something. We might not need any. Can we push? Haha, we can. Perfect. So don't really care about turning fruit, like keeping the biomass. So we can put that there, and then on this side we can have pole, and we'll put the squeezer right there. And actually, you know what? No, we're gonna end up moving this, but this guy requires fertilizer and some sort of bio, like mass, sugar cane, saplings, wheat. Can it use carrots? Doesn't look like it. Can use potatoes. Let's see if it accepts carrots. No. And then some sort of mulch or compost or something. Now we can make fertilizer pretty readily. Fertilizer is easy enough. We have a good bit of ash. We can probably get more ash. I guess, nah, we'll probably won't use any more ash. Although, what's Tech Reborn ashes? Dark ashes, small pile of ashes. No, nothing good there. But we can also just use sand and apatite. We can also use, let's get back to this, mulch, which we are getting from squeezing occasionally, or compost, which is, you can take dirt and ash or dirt and wheat. So I think the apatite for fertilizer is going to be the best. And I kind of want to keep most of our ashes, so we're just going to use sand. We get plenty of sand, so it's not too much of an issue. And this will make a good bit of fertilizer. Now this stuff should not go away too quickly. And then the last thing we can use is saplings. So we are going to want a chest. Let's grab a chest to store this stuff in. And actually we're going to want another chest. And that is for the carrots. Now we could use drawers, but meh. Don't really feel like it. So is this full? It is. Let's go check on our UU matter. And the lightning. So this can go in there. We have 6. Just go ahead and throw this scrap in here. Help a little bit. How are you doing? Still have a little bit of syngas, so it's still producing. That's good enough for me. So let's grab some saplings from our tree farm. And eventually a lot of this stuff will all be connected to our applied logistics system. Rather than just kind of having things stored at a central location, we can, rather than having stuff stored, reverse that. So rather than having stuff stored at each individual area, for the most part, things like this will be still stored here. We'll put a storage bus on it or something like that. We'll be able to use, we'll just have a central storage. So this guy is going to require a chest and some item conduits. So we can put that like so. And just for now, let's see if this works. Always active. Is it smart? We put that in there and that in there. So it's filling up the saplings, no problem. Cool, it is smart. So now it just doesn't have power. That's something we can fix. We just need power conduits, and that's a little bit of a pain, but we can do that. So the only other thing, let's drop some stuff off in our inventory. I'm going to put a chest over here with our carrots. And this stuff. Keep the conduits on us, that's fine. And then we'll slowly kind of drain the squeezer and get everything taken care of over there. Let's see, do we have many power lines? This is something I'm going to do more off camera than on, but this is definitely something we can deal with now. We can move power a little bit more readily around to wherever we need it. And honestly, we're probably going to put it underneath. For right now, let's just go ahead and take one of these guys. Put him here. And I will move power around later. But that'll get these guys powered up and start producing the biomass. So it doesn't have enough power. That's going to be super slow. In fact, let's take the other one because we don't really need power to these guys quite yet. We do need to set up our applied logistics system, and that's again something that I need to just kind of figure out where I want it more than anything else. We have a crafting, like we can set things up temporarily, I guess, for right here. It's just a matter of, you know, you stick this here. We can start storing items, but we don't really have much yet, so we're not going to worry about it too much yet. We'll get there. Now, the other thing I want to work on today, while we're waiting for everything else to kind of process, is dealing with, well, we have to deal with something that is kind of annoying. That is, well, it's what took us so long last episode. So, Enderman. Endermen are a little bit of a pain to us right now. Trying to find them, they're rare enough that it's really annoying. So we're gonna make some stuff. Let's put important things back away. We'll make the ender tanks. We're gonna need a lot of blaze rods for that. Do we have any blaze rods? I don't actually know. No, I don't think we do. Okay. So let's put... I guess let's put that in there. We're going to want these. We're going to put the Kleiner flasks, the Klein flasks in there, not Kleiner. That's something else. And hopefully I remember where I put all this stuff. Okay, so that should be good enough. We are going to head to the Nether. And once again, we need to go kill some stuff. But this time, we're going to be looking for a couple of other things. Now, what we need that other block of diamantine for is actually really cool. And rather than kind of spoiling it and talking about it, I would rather show it. Real quick, before we go anywhere else, let's get some more wood into the syngas producer so that it can do its thing. And hopefully give us plenty of... How much carbon does this give us? 16. So it's not that much, but it's enough. And let's just do that. Okay, so that'll help make sure we get more UV matter. Hopefully by the time we get back, it's halfway decent. But we'll see. So let's go to the Nether. And what we're going to do is we are going to not only try to find some... Oh, we have plenty of blaze rods. I forgot. We have a blaze spawner. Great. We don't have to kill blazes. We do need to go to the Nether and find a couple things. And this is where things get a little bit complicated. We also have to kind of wait around for night. That is also important. But let's load the Nether up. I like hitting escape to hopefully get things loaded a little bit faster. There's a ghast. I'm going to ignore him for right now. So that is terrifying. That's the worst thing that happened in the Nether. Randomly falling. So we need to... Do I dare? This is incredibly dangerous. Let's fly over here. There are a lot of... There is a ton of these fortresses. And for right now, what we're going to do is come up here. And we need to break spawners. Now I know, typically you don't want to break spawners. However, this time we do. Break spawners. We get the spawner, but more importantly, we get spawner shards. And that's what we need to look at. We need one more spawner shard. Luckily there is another spawner right here. So we're going to break it, grab the shards, and get out. Alright, so you might be wondering, why did we do that? Well, it's actually quite simple. We need to break spawner shards in order to get access to the spawner changer. This is an amazing little item that is kind of expensive. I don't know if it's reusable, which is unfortunate. We'll find out today. But basically, we're gonna have to come back to the Nether. We need to go home, get this crafted, and then we need to find an Enderman. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a Enderman spawner, much like we did the blaze spawner. However, before we resturb it, we're going to change it to an Enderman. We're going to change a blaze spawner into an Enderman spawner. Then resturb it, and then we'll have an Enderman spawner, where we can spawn Enderman in our farm. In fact, I think we're going to put it with the farm, and that'll be that. So the only question is whether or not we can, like, put one on top. I think that won't be too much of a problem. We'll see. But that is the plan. So let's use these shards. We also have a drop of evil, which is great because that's what we need for the restored spawner. Rather than trying to search for our other one. I don't know if it got used or not. We can put this stuff away. I don't even care about it right now. The coal, let's go put back in here. How are you doing? 8. Let's turn you off for a moment so that we can gain a little bit of power. Oh, it looked like there was something down there. And then the other thing is, let's grab a bunch of stone or something, and well, it's a good way to clean up our inventory and turn it into scrap. So we just kind of need to wait around for night before we can do this last part, which is going and getting an Enderman. But we grab our diamantine. And what else do we need? Magma cream. That's easy enough. In fact, there's some blaze powder. We might have some actual magma cream lying around. I don't know. If not, we have plenty of slime balls. So 3, 4. We can go grab some blaze rods. Let's grab a bunch of blaze rods because we are going to need them for our ender tanks, which is what we're going to use to transfer power from transfer liquids from the forestry area to our IC2 area, so that we can produce more EU. So how is this doing? We don't have enough yet, but it's working, so that's really all that matters. So we need to get a little bit of blaze powder, and then we can make the spawner changer. So the way this works is, we can look at the thing. We have to pick up a desired mob in the spawner to spawn in the changer, and then right click it, causing the spawner to be changed, and the changer will be destroyed. So this is a one-time use. Probably won't work with every type of mob. Hopefully it works with Enderman. I think it will. I hope it does. We'll find out. Anyways, the ender tanks, we need wool, cauldrons, and obsidian, plus our reclined flasks. So let's grab that. So we'll need 14 iron, and 2 obsidian, 2 wool. So that's not too bad. And we'll be good to make 2 ender tanks. Right, we need the cauldrons. And I realize we need 2 more obsidian. But there we go, 2 ender tanks. And what we're gonna do, because ethanol is orange, do we have some orange dye? We could probably make some. Let's take some rose red. And we have any dandelions? I mean, I'm sure we could go find some. And we have some orange dye. Now, I don't know if the orange dye gets used or not, so we'll find out. So let's place these both down. And the way the ender tanks work, if you've never used these before, you can change the combination of colors on the top, and that changes which tanks talk to each other. So for example, let's grab a thing of fruit juice, and if I put this in here, both of them get it. I take it out of one, and it removes it from both. Now we can change the color of it. Yeah, so we're gonna need some more orange dye. And let's make these orange, just in case we use any others. And now these two are connected. And it doesn't matter where they're at or anything, they will always be connected. So these guys have nothing, they're orange. And that means we can come over here. And let's see, first of all, we don't have enough fruit juice in there. Let's place this guy down for now. We'll fill him up with, I'll fill him back up with plenty of fruit juice. But this is starting to make ethanol, supposedly. It's slowly working. It doesn't have much power, which is the issue. But what we can do is stick this guy here. I'd rather have him look a little bit nicer than that. Let's do that. And we'll put fluid conduit, which I have to go back and grab. We'll use a fluid conduit just to kind of get things taken care of. And then we can put the other one wherever we want, and it doesn't matter. Also, we're not going to lose our drop of evil, so that is nice. But yeah, this will allow us to pretty easily get what we need when it comes to ethanol. So, extract, always active. We're going to do this insert, and this will eventually get some stuff. So I'm trying to think if it's worth it to move this guy. We're not really using him, so let's go ahead and do it. And just to kind of speed boost the production of ethanol, and then we can take that over to the other side, to the IC2 area, and it will produce what we need. So obviously, this is a lot more complicated than it needs to be, mostly because of, yeah, so that'll start working, and this will start getting, once it gets a bucket, it will produce some oil. Ethanol. Awesome. So obviously this is much more complicated than it needs to be, because of, well, basically just using going ahead and using the distance with the building. But something that kind of the big reason why I'm doing it this way, and why I'm kind of allowing myself this task of moving things across the entire base and having everything separated instead of just one big mega base, all comes down to the fact that, well, basically, let's see, MFE, so we can put it anywhere along here. Honestly, these are going to be moved, so let's go ahead and put this here. But basically, the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I don't want, like, while I was waiting on things to process, because that's something I'm going to be doing a lot, rather than being AFK, I can kind of work on the base and get everything looking nice and that kind of stuff, and it's a little bit more fun for me. So let's grab our semi-fluid generators. They are in here. Is it nighttime? It is. We will go out and find Enderman momentarily. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things. I want it to look nice. I want the series to look nice. I know that it's going to take a while to finish the series. So why don't we just go ahead and do this? So this can be disabled. And then we can do fluid conduits like so. Actually move this guy to right here. Fluid conduit is insert, and then from this one, extract, always active. Perfect. So that will produce more power as we get more and more ethanol. So that's kind of the idea. So obviously I'm going to start moving around power and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to hopefully work on that between episodes. But let's head out and try to get our Enderman spawner. And then I will set that up. And that's pretty much all we need to do today. So again, we're almost to the power cell. I need more UV matter before we can get the power cells because we do need 2 of them. They need to be linked. That's how it works. And hey, there's an Enderman. That was pretty quick. So let's make sure that we don't get anything else. And awesome. Enderman. Now if we got something else, we could easily switch it, but doesn't matter. We have Enderman. This is going to give us an Enderman spawner in the overworld, or mining dimension, I guess. Same difference. Alright, well, I don't like night. We don't need it to be night anymore. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go sleep. One of these days I will make the rest of this house look nice again. Tore up a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, so now we can go back to the Nether. We can search for a spawner, and from there we can get the Enderman spawner, hopefully. So let's go to our one base, our one area. Hey, there's some benatite up there. There's actually quite a bit of it. I never noticed that. I never really looked up. The Nether is much more dangerous looking without looking down than looking up, so I guess that's why. Anyways, let's get in here. Let's find the stuff we need, aka the spawner. I mean, there's a spawner right up there, I think. Yes, there is. So, click that, drop of evil, and we have a restored mob spawner that is an Enderman instead of blazes. And that means infinite Enderman. But more importantly, that means we can actually get the Enderman heads as we need them. So, transdimensional stuff, Ender chest and Ender tanks are now, well, perfectly easy to get. So that is kind of amazing. Ender pearls will never be an issue again, nor will, I guess there's a couple other things that Endermans drop, such as dimlet parcels, I think is now the thing. I think we're in that version of RF tools in this mod pack. I don't remember. But there's a lot of different things we can use now. So, I will get this set up between episodes. It's going to be a little bit of planning, more than anything. But let's get going. And, yeah, that is that. So, we can place the restored mob spawner down, and it will spawn Enderman. Or at least it should. It's just a matter of figuring out where to put it in here and how to run the cables. I might want to use more facades, conduit facades, and run the cables around. But I think I want to use the same area, which means I'll have to set up oh hey, we had some other things dying there. I didn't think it's light enough that things shouldn't spawn in there, so that's weird. I might have picked it up from somewhere else, but anyways, yeah. Then we can have labels on the signs for what we want. Let's go ahead and put that in there. So I'll get that set up between episodes. Not a big deal. And we'll go from there. So, between episodes, I am going to work very hard getting ethanol produced and all that kind of fun stuff. Get this guy moved over. He's done. And the big thing with this is we will extract the items, as well as, so this is going to go here. This guy empty. Perfect. We can chop this up and move this. And he needs just a little bit more biomass. Do we even care? Honestly, it's not really worth it. So I will kind of rearrange things and whatnot, make things look nice, and next time, we will hopefully be able to get the power cell, and I will also start working on getting all the stuff we need for immersive engineering so that we can begin making all the things we need. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!